Well,
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
indeed. Let's just overwrite that there. Sorry about that. Had to do laundry. And we're
You're
back.
here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Uh-huh.
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Why?
Nevertheless, let me assure you,
What happened?
the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Because if he does wear a clock,
Before you
I
go
can't
any
just
further.
turn around.
She will lie.
She'll probably
she
get
will
out and
cheat,
come after us.
and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to say... Ignore him. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your...
What if I enter it without?
The door
This
to
is
the
a really
basement
stupid
creaks
idea,
open,
but what
revealing a
if?
staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't want to know.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far
What is she, a
wall the
princess of?
basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot...
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains? Okay.
Why did you get so close? What are you doing? She... No. Like I'm that smart.
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness.
What a name.
Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Can you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Like I said, you can call me...
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
It is too late. So I'm gonna keep trying.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
I don't know.
Okay, but actually, what has
She's
she
been eating these people he's been sending
She
to
has
her,
to
maybe.
eat, right?
Of course, that's probably not true. The narrator very likes the world. What if it's his world? He drew it. Something similar.
The princess hesitates before responding.
Like an innocent person, of course.
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me. Of course I'm locked up. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
She knows that too. We can't leave. That's a bad idea. Freeing her is also a bad idea. She's got a knife in her sleeve, so attacking her is also a bad idea. Examining the chains. Getting the knife is just asking to be killed too. Keep her locked away. Oh, okay, good.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think.
You think?
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so
You see, this whole
long.
thing I'm thinking could just be false.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Let's ask.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
Sure, sure.
I believe her. She doesn't have
Don't
to know
believe
how
her.
to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Can I be told
I
why,
don't trust
Mr.
that.
Narrator?
And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can
also
even
our
end the
life.
world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, It's whoever locked me down here. And it's whoever sent you here.
I'm not.
And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust.
It is about
this
risk, yes.
This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person. And a subjugating monarch, no less.
That's not very happy. Of course, she won't be happy. And we're likely to die. But this is the only option I care to pick.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Well, this will get everyone killed. This will get us killed. This will get us killed. But maybe not. This might just, make her free in every other. This is different. Certainly enough, I'm going to click it.
You can't be serious.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I promise.
You're making a huge mistake. No. I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
We could. Narrator,
Maybe
do we have
somewhere
the key?
upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to
Whoever,
miss
not
her
you.
until the day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the camp.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
With...
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
1 second.
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Okay.
Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
No.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Well, we know... Well,
I heard the door slam.
know.
They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just
A
get out of these
panic.
chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do
True,
that.
but we can't stab her. I'm sorry.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the
We
ground.
do still have the knife,
How is she still smiling after
if she
everything?
tries anything.
It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps... Wait, this isn't watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Well, we wouldn't get out of here alive last time.
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Why you want to get so close?
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I mean,
I'm sorry.
yeah, I guess we're
Try to
dying.
be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no!
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry!
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry!
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
That crossguard would not fit in her sleeve.
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Oof.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I mean, are you telling me if she kills us, the world ends?
Don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving
Yes,
us
but
all.
it doesn't seem to have worked so far.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
I don't want to hear you.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works. We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
What if you shut up?
A warning, but she will lie. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure.
Yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries.
Is
A
that
prison
mirror just
fitting a royal
floating there?
prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine
There's a shadow.
blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror. Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
No. Mirrors are important.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall.
There's actually
Isn't much to
a
see
banner
here.
behind this.
This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right, but it was there a second ago. Now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
So he knows we're a bird man. Down we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stair.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last
How
time.
strange.
I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
I know that. I must do
You
things.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy... My love! We're here to rescue you from your
I am not
unjust and
saying that.
foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
No.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before. That's right, villain.
that her hand?
You killed us.
I think so.
Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world
It's your
has been
fault.
damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters
So he knows about
is you have
other
a chance to do it
narrators.
right this time. We damned a whole world. But
I think
everything
reset. Where do you think we are?
Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end. And now I'm even more certain
This
we
guy
want
is an
to
idiot.
chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
You died, and now we're talking.
That's a bit too upbeat.
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
I'm sorry. This is far too much.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Then I didn't end the world.
Wow.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself. Not so sure.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
That's very,
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
I do think that's weird, Mr.
She didn't
Hero.
care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted.
Well, it's
Go
evidence that
ahead
she can't
and
be
slay
fully
her.
trusted. You're right.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
Yeah, well...
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually. That's because she's perfect.
Sure.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
It's a very good thing to think about.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
There's no one else like you, then why have
I
I
think
told
he's
you?
right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
What do you want? Well, Is that a good thing to ask, actually? She's acting really strangely.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body.
Ah, frick, we
That's
did.
practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation. No, I can't let you do that. If you take
Well,
another step
I
towards
don't
the
have a
princess,
knife.
I'll... You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I
Oh, no.
would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
How?
Approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned.
Mr. Narrator,
We
just
didn't.
say the world is saved and it's saved. Please.
I can't believe it. I guess I have to. I told you. There's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm
Can't
free.
wait to be stabbed
And you're not
this
trying
time.
to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess
No,
jumps
no,
up
no,
and
no, no,
smothers
no.
you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Oh, she didn't kick us with her leg blade. How amazing.
Let me guess. End the world?
Can't wait.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted
You
before.
gonna push us out the window?
I mean, you sort of did last time.
Actually,
But this is different.
actually. What if she knows killing us will send her forward. And she won't. But wouldn't ending the world also kill us?
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Are you fantasizing about stabbing
And
us?
then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
So you're saying she doesn't know anything? Those are two very different things. No. I will never agree with that man. Let's see. Must be something you want. This is the better option to say. This is... She would just say, oh, you want me to end the world? Heck no. So, let's see. All she does is mimic what we do. Mimic. Well, if we don't end the world, then...
I just want to make you happy.
Gosh dang it.
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Well, I don't think asking that's a good idea. Oh, wait, no. Does she want us to allow her to leave? I want you to make me unhappy? I don't want to die. No. This isn't right. Let's just get out of here. There must be something you want.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
I don't have a knife, so I can't do much.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
Well, I can tell you, this is no good background.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Because continuing to ask is probably going to end in our deaths. Letting her leave is probably going to end in the end of the world. Or maybe it's reverse. Maybe asking her this is a bad idea. Was that my phone? It is indeed tomorrow. Alright, asking this is just asking for death. I think. There's only 3 choices, and I'm not choosing one of them. I'm not flipping a coin. That's stupid. Okay, well, do I want to continue with this? Because it doesn't look very good. Well, actually, if I asked her that one more time and she flips, that'll... But if I ask her one more time and she breaks... That's not... No. Well, I can't let her leave.
I just want to make you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here? No! She was our perfect match. She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and breathe for a while? That can't hurt, right?
Where'd the narrator go? Oh, we have.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
This is a no good.
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Well,
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
yes, but
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am. What I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment,
well,
all I want is to know myself.
well,
and to
shouldn't
know
we be
you.
afraid of you then?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but they are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them you are a gate to something more, and you are something more than that, too. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Very sudden.